When you think of experimental marketing, you want to engage customers with a brand. By gaining their attention through interactive, creative, or unexpected elements to form an emotional connection, while at the same token making memories which last. Experimental marketing campaigns are often referred to as brand activations when put into practice. At MRA Mobile Experiential, they're committed to experimental mobile tours which drive results. Frank Mancina is the company's Director of Partnerships in Canada, and he joined me this week to discuss growing brand awareness, driving sales, and increasing media exposure all through experimental mobile marketing, and how it's really giving their client a leg up on their fiercest competition. I'm Kevin McShann. Let's have this conversation. Absolutely. So, Frank, if you're ready, I'll take a moment to welcome you to the program this afternoon. And I'm super delighted to be with you to talk to you all about mobile experiential experiences today, buddy. Great to see you, and thank you so very much for being here.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you having me on your show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know your company, MRA, is all about helping your clients create great mobile experiences to sort of grow their brand awareness, media exposure, and sort of grow their businesses through experiential experiences. So I'm wondering if you can tell me about all the great work that you do.
Yeah, so mobile experiential marketing is it's sometimes pretty difficult to explain what we do. A lot of times people will try to immediately gear towards a mobile phone. So I oftentimes say it's not a mobile phone, it is a vehicle, right? So essentially what you could think of it as a trade show booth on wheels. So we do everything from business to business, which is more so like you're trying to you launching a new product and you want to take it to all your customers. You bring it inside of a trailer and you go right to their customer door. Or you can do consumer events. So you can go to a festival or a fair and you're giving out pizzas or samples of something, right? Or you can do an educational outreach tour. Right. So something like what we did for the Governor General of Canada. Kevin, I know you won the Queen's, or you were awarded the Queen's Jubilee. So this particular tour went across Canada and it educated people and kids and students about the Canadian honor system.
Well, that's fabulous. That must have been both educational and inspiring at the same time, huh?
It was definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and just before we move on, buddy, I noticed all those great pictures behind you. So is there a method behind the pictures behind you?
Yeah, so, these are some of our Canadian tours that we've had over the years, minus the Sprint tour right here. Obviously, that's a U.S. provider for mobile. But this one was for the Canadian government and the Aga Khan Foundation, where it went to schools across Canada. And it educated folks on global development. We had one for Purex, which talked about how people could use Purex as a way to clean their hockey equipment. So we went to a lot of hockey games. And then here's one for Lepage, which is a Canadian caulking brand, like a adhesive brand. And I went to different Home Depots and home hardwares across the country.
Fabulous. That actually leads nicely into my next question. As the company's director of partnerships, I'm curious to ask you, Frank, when we talk about forming partnerships in the work that you do, I imagine that alignment is very important of what you do. So tell me about how you view the perfect partnerships and what sort of organizations are you eager to partner with as the director of partnerships for your organization?
Yeah, so MRA has been around for about 35 years, and our main headquarters is in Michigan, just outside Detroit in Madison Heights, and our Canadian headquarters here in Windsor. And the challenge we have in Canada is that we're not as large as our US brand. So we often have to partner with local vendors and local groups that have the skill set to help us do what we need to do, right? So oftentimes we'll need to partner with exhibit builders, for example. And exhibit builders we partner with because they have a wide range of skills and a wide range of skill sets. Because we need everyone from welders, fabricators, to graphic installers, to printers, to drivers. So there's a wide range of skills that we need to complete an interior and an exterior of a mobile experiential marketing roadshow. So oftentimes we'll partner with exhibit companies, we'll partner with experiential marketing companies, we'll partner with advertising agencies. And the ideal partnership is that everyone's getting work. We're throwing you work, you're giving us work. And at the end of the day, the end client is happy, right? And they want to extend their program for future tours.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't need to tell you that building relationships is a big part of sustaining partnerships. So tell me about how you view the importance of sort of diversifying partnerships and making sure that every business or organization that wants to be included is included in the work that you do. So how do you work to diversify partnerships?
Yeah, so I think with partnerships, it's really a face-to-face interaction we need to have with our partners and the different organizations that we have with. So a lot of our partnership teams will make sure that they're part of the conversation early on. It's important that we have the conversation early on in terms of making sure that the experience is inclusive. Making sure that it's ADA compliant, making sure that there's dual languages if we're working with the organizations that will be in different areas of Canada, for example. But yeah, in terms of partnerships and building the relationship, I use a lot of social media to stay connected with our partners, do a lot of calling. So it's always good to kind of just stay top of mind, really.
And Frank, tell me, in your view, what's the best way to sort of maximize the attention of an audience when we're talking about mobile experiential marketing and experiences? So, what's the best way to sort of maximize both your marketing dollar and your time as well?
Well, the thing it really is understanding what type of goals you have and what type of tour you have, right? A business to business roadshow is going to be different than your educational outreach, right? So, but I think what really needs to happen is the tie-in of the social or your online world with your world of your mobile experiential marketing. So having a strong social media campaign that couples with your roadshow, and essentially just really maximizing your reach through proper planning and scheduling will really influence the success of a roadshow.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anyone watching or listening to this, what do you think are the top benefits of mobile experiential marketing when we want to sort of build your brand awareness? What are the key advantages of doing what you do for a company, in your opinion?
So just imagine how many advertisements and commercials and things that are thrown at us all the time, right? So with mobile experiential marketing, you are literally inside of a space that is only that brand's space, right? So essentially you really break through the clutter of mobile, or when you're using mobile experiential marketing, right? So you have them for your 5, 10, 20 minutes, even longer sometimes with our educational outreach programs. So having that environment where someone is fully immersed is invaluable, right? You have a brand's attention, you have a person's attention of your specific brand for much longer, and plus they're creating an emotion when they're in that experience as well.
Yeah, let's talk about emotion and target audiences, because I know that bringing people really the authentic emotional experience is key to sort of brand experiential marketing, and it's a big part of what you do. So how do you bring out emotion in the experiences that you offer to your clients?
Well, so a lot of times we'll try to create some sort of interactive experience on the interior, right? For example, when we did a tour for the Les Paul Foundation, it was for Les Paul's 100th birthday, and we wanted to have an experience where people would understand, how influential Les Paul was. So at the end of the tour, there was a simple photo op with a picture of Les Paul, and people were, they took a picture with Les when he was a young boy, and it was sent right to their email. So I think it's important to have some sort of engagement, some sort of interactives with people when they're going through an experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And Frank, it's ironic that we're chatting today on Halloween, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And tell me, how do you think the unofficial holiday of Halloween and experiential marketing are sort of interconnected, because they're both sort of experiences in themselves, aren't they?
Oh, 100%, right? I'm sure you can remember, everyone can really remember one of those cool costumes you've seen, either when you're a kid or, or you dressed up as someone, right? That always kind of creates that little emotion inside of you, or even just remembering how scary movies are, scary movies, Halloween, it's almost not, it goes hand in hand, right? So these sort of emotions that are sparked in these certain situations are the ones that we're trying to really embody in a mobile experiential marketing platform.
Yeah, and Frank, I have to tell you, buddy, you have a really cool and inspirational and engaging job, buddy. So tell me, what's the
Thank you.
best part of? You're welcome. What's the best part of the job that you do? What's your why and why you get up professionally every morning?
It's really cool because I get to experience a lot of different things. I'm not doing the same thing every day. There's always, whether it's a challenge, a problem that happens on the road, and we need to figure out a solution immediately, right? So I'm problem solving, or I'm learning about a new product about a company that I just learned about, and they want to do a new program. So I'm able to kind of learn a lot about a wide range of things through our the companies that we work with, but also I'm able to learn about how our trucks work too, right? Before working here, I didn't know about a trailer and how it was used, and well, I knew how it was used, but I didn't really understand the functionality of it like I do now, right? So there's a lot of growth within the company, and there's a lot of growth within the industry itself, and that really excites me as we move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And what also must excite you is the advancement of technology and sort of the advancement of that space. And tell me, how has technology sort of made your life and job easier?
Yeah, so everything from monitoring our vehicles on the road, so knowing where they're at. You know, for example, we had a vehicle that was out west in Canada, and I needed to know where it was going. You know, when it was going to be in Windsor, and I just go on an app and I can see where specifically it was going. You know, a lot of the times we have road teams that are on the road for months at a time. So you know, technology and being able to connect with them on sort of this level also helps. You know, because the challenge that we have as an organization is how do we make a community within our company when we have groups of people, you know, on the road throughout North America, right? So being able to utilize technology and trying to keep more of a community base is really has been a challenge, but it's been very exciting for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Frank, today is actually the finale of National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So
Oh, great.
I was curious to talk to you about how you think we can use mobile experiential marketing to help folks with disabilities also become employed as well.
Yeah, I think it's to continue to promote our spaces are fully accessible, right? So being able to have these spaces go across Canada into locations, into organizations, and providing those types of experiences to everyone, I think is huge as we move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell me, Frank, what do you think the future of experiential sort of mobile marketing is? But what do you think the future of the industry is as a whole?
I think there's going to be some exciting things in the years to come in terms of like just the design of vehicles. I think we've had the same sort of design over the past 30 years, and I think we're due for a new design of the vehicle itself to continue to be more inclusive to everyone, easier accessibility, being really able to merge that online world and the experiential world in a different way within the vehicles as well, and also medical, being having the vehicles used to be a vehicle, no pun intended, to go to different rural communities across North America to have access to healthcare, for example, for someone who's, you know, in Northern Ontario and can't get an MRI. So I think medical is a big, there'll be a big push for medical as we move forward.
Yeah, and the work that you do as well, Frank, I'm sure that there's an educational value component to that. So talk to me about how exciting it is for young people to see what you do and hopefully inspire them to pursue a career in marketing as well.
Yeah, you know, because mobile experiential marketing hasn't really been around for a long time in terms of when you compare it to like advertising and traditional marketing methods. I think the more people see what mobile experiential marketing is, the more people are going to be excited about it, right? So the more people experience of some sort of roadshow in their life, the better chance that they'll remember and potentially go into that field, right? I think when you think about mobile experiential marketing, you don't traditionally think about utilizing it to promote skilled trades, for example. You know, I think there's opportunity to really partner with different organizations across Canada to help promote a wide range of jobs, and then and as well, including marketing as well. So.
Yeah, and since you're based in Windsor and you also have your main office in Madison Heights, but tell me about the benefits of sort of being on an international border and appealing to a wide variety of clients. What sort of an advantage is that for you? I'm curious.
Yeah, so being in Windsor, being a border town, right? We have MRA is very well versed in the um, cross border travel between our vehicles, right? So oftentimes you have a client in Canada who really wants to execute in the United States. We typically take care of all of that, and all the scheduling, the cross border paperwork. So doing this for over, myself doing it for over 8 years, we've become more and more, more and more versed in cross-border transactions, more and more versed in cross-border workers. We have a lot of Canadians that work at our U.S. facility, and we do commute back and forth. But yeah, it's definitely an advantage for us here at MRA to be able to work on both sides of the border.
Yeah, absolutely. And Frank, I want to have a little bit of fun with you, buddy. I know that, of course, today is Halloween, and I know that you've got young kids, and you've shared with me that this will be sort of their first experience doing it, buddy. So tell me about being a new dad, the rewards, challenges, and how you're excited about going out for Halloween tonight, buddy. I'm curious.
I'm pumped, man. It's being a new dad is such an amazing experience. It's one of the ultimates in life. My dad told me that back years ago, and I did never really understood until I had kids. And it is definitely one of the ultimates in life. And to watch my sons kind of grow up and understand things, and now he's speaking more, and the littlest one, he's just smiling at everyone, and it's a very rewarding experience, and challenging too, right? It's I wouldn't, God bless all the moms and dads out there, because you have to have extreme patience with kids, and sometimes we just want to pull our hair out, but for the most part, it's been a lot of fun. Me and my wife are having a fantastic time with all these new experiences that we're enjoying. So
Yeah, parenting is the ultimate definition of trial by fire, isn't it?
that's right. That's right.
So yeah, and Frank, tell me, when you're not working, I'm always a proponent of sort of finding your inner center and reconnecting with yourself personally, mentally, and emotionally, buddy. So tell me about finding your inner center and how you really reconnect with yourself when things get hectic. I'm curious.
Yeah, so it's a great question. It's things can get extremely hectic, and I try to always find that time for myself. And for me, it's the early mornings at the gym, or it's time where I'm walking my dog. We have two dogs, so I'll walk them. I'm traditionally the walker of the house. So I'll do that. That gives me time to help with my self-talk. That gives me time to help with, just the exhaling of all my tensions. It's a good way of just kind of recharging. And I oftentimes listen to books too. I'll listen to books on the way home from work. So that helps kind of really help me recharge and really kind of keep me level as things get crazy at home. So
Yeah, and I know that we're both diehard Detroit Lions fans,
Oof.
but so when you want to release some tension, you can just turn on the Lions and
That's right.
you can throw stuff at the TV, right?
Exactly.
And buddy, my final question for you today has to do with your own personal and professional legacy and how you want that to be defined.
Yeah, I would just love to be known as this well-liked gentleman, and who helps provide a vehicle for businesses and organizations to help them reach their goals, right? So I just want to kind of be known as and that within the community, and really want people to understand that this is a local company that we're here to help and here to connect and here to be a part of the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anybody that wants to connect with MRA or you personally, what's the best way they can do that?
They can reach us at our website, www.gomra.com, or if anyone's on LinkedIn, feel free to reach out and connect with me on LinkedIn.
Fantastic. Well, Frank, I really enjoyed our interactive, engaging, and thought-provoking conversation about mobile experiential marketing, buddy. And I want to thank you for your time, energy, and efforts in the space. It's most appreciated.
No, thank you, Kevin. You're doing a fantastic job, and keep up the great work.